Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda, Jnana Paddhati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. His Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created, destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti has his 5 phase, Agora Murti has his 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has his 5 face. Satyojata Murti has his 5 face. Ishana Murti has his 5 face. All these 5 Murtis, 5 faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, Hindu diasporas, are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time-capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva Gana. All the Shiva Ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada,
the science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars, and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees, and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state.
Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati for the power of seeing the gesture, blindfolded, power of third eye. Let's go to the powerful cognition from Bhagavan Satsang, Living Enlightenment book.
Today, the Skandasashti Brahmotsavam starts. Muscle memory of Ganga, because she held the Garbha and she was like incubator where the delivery of Subramanya happened, where he assumed the form. So it is Mahadeva, Devi and Ganga, all three put together is Subramanya. All the three. All the three energies put together is Subramanya. Major 6 incidents of Subramanya is celebrated throughout the year as 6 festivals. The day he appeared is celebrated as Thaipusam. So 6 major events are celebrated. The day he was initiated by Mahadeva is celebrated as Vaigashi Vishagam. These 6 days, all that 6 major events of Subramanya's happening is celebrated. Today his birth is celebrated. So he is on the golden peacock with Valli and Devasena. So each day we will be celebrating one of the major happenings of Subramanya, major happenings in Subramanya's life. 17th of this month, November, we will be celebrating the Surasamhara, means destroying the demons Tarakasura and Suravatma. Skanda actually happened to bless the universe and destroy the demons. So the happening of Sura Samhara, the destruction of demons, devils, will happen on 17th and 18th. We will be having the marriage ceremony of Subramanya with lives, as he is the Guru of Niranjani Pita. Jnana Sambandhar, and he is the Guru of Madhurayadinam. When Mahadeva installed Sarvanya Pita, Guru of Sarvanya Pitas. The 12 Sarvanya Pitas have been established by Mahadeva from Kashmir to Madurai. The record says even one was established in Bangalore, Kashi, Kanchi. So all the temples, ashrams all over the world start the Skanda Sashti Utsavam.
Bhagwan gave us the powerful cognition of how Subramanya happened and manifested as Guru. Let's go to Shastra Pramana.
The Shastra Pramana for the power of third eye awakening is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 34, Dharana 11. Kapala antarmanonyasya tishthanmilitalochanaha kramena manaso dardhyat lakshaye lakshamuttamam. Kapalantarmanonyasya tishthanmilitalochanaha kramena manaso dardhyat lakshaye lakshamuttamam.
Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 34, Dharana 11. Bhagwan Paramashiva says, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed, in succession, by that stability of the mind and inner space, through the power of third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, Lakshyam, by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source, Paramashiva. Beautifully, he says, by fixing the mind on the inner space, it's so beautiful how the coherence of the thought, which is constantly wavering everywhere about so many other things, when it becomes in one, in the inner space, that the pure space of Paramashiva, I am Paramashiva, by fixing the mind on the inner space and sitting stably without any movement of the having the eyes closed, more and more the stability happens by fixing the mind on the inner space, rather than the mind is always outside waiting to get feeling victim, blamed, guilt, complain, compare, all that. Instead of that, looking in and fixing it on the inner space. Bhagavan beautifully says, mind is a processor. It puts us into the deep sleep, the dream state, and waking state. It can also push you to the beautiful Turiya state, the transcendental state, and the Turiyatita, the conscious state also. By understanding the mind, that going towards the inner space, we and keeping its stability with holding it inside, simply one opens up and sees the ultimate goal, the powerful space of Paramashiva inside us. By having the vision beyond the sight, something else opens up, Like when you go into a Google and you search for something, only when you search, you get the reference of that and you can go into that and study that. Similarly, when you start having the Paramashiva space inside you, search inside you, simply he opens up and manifests as Shakti. That beautiful revelation happens, and the object or the place is seen and attaining the oneness. Once you are in the oneness space with Paramashiva, the ultimatum simply just manifests as Shakti. We'll go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana of third eye viewing, seeing gestures blindfold. One day, in the spite of playing, Parvati came behind Lord Shiva and shut Shiva's two normal eyes using the Patala Mudra hand gesture. Parvati didn't realize that Shiva's eyes were sun and the moon, and that gave light to the whole multiverse. The whole world was plugged in darkness, and Shiva's eyes energized the world. Even though it was only for a few seconds, catastrophe occurred and many lives died in the darkness. Shiva therefore immediately opened his third eye, which represents the fire, illuminated the multiverse once again and saved all the life forms. This is in Shiva Purana, chapter 44. Apta Pramana of Sai Baba, seeing gestures blindfold. Here he says on one occasion, Sai Baba asked one of his disciples, why did he beat him? The disciple was puzzled and replied, why would I beat you, Baba? Then Sai Baba replied, if you beat my son, it is like beating me. Baba showed the mark on his body. The disciple had beaten his horse that day. He understood the grace of Sai Baba and apologized to him. This shows Sai Baba's third eye power to see and feel every incident, every Charitra, chapter 37.
Atma Pramana from Bhagavan Satsang, where he experienced 360 degrees vision with his classmate.
There, just sitting silently, not big meditation and all. It was just, usually it will be just sitting only. Sometime I may feel from where the thoughts are raising. That is as taught by Annamalai Swamigal. I took that as an initiation and I used to just see from where the thoughts are raising. So, it was on the Vaikhasi Purnima day, evening. I was not even meditating. I was just sitting in a very relaxed way. Around after 4:30, sunset. Sunset and moon rise. You can see both in that place very beautifully. The moon rising and sun setting, both. In that beautiful mood, I don't know suddenly what happened. Something, I was sitting with open eyes. Something broke inside this Anandaganda area. Literally opened. And my eyes got closed by automatically. Eyes got closed. Suddenly, I started seeing the whole 360 degree. Please understand how you see this 120 degree. This whole 360 degree I saw. Not only that, I was able to feel that whole 360 degree is me. Please understand, anything you see, you can feel it as you. See, how you feel you are alive inside your skin. I felt that same depth I am alive inside this all also. See, in your case, you are alive inside your skin 100%. You are alive 0% in this skin. In my case, I felt same 100% I am alive inside these things also. Like a plant, tree, stone, the front, whatever is there, back, whatever is there, the whole thing.
It was such an ecstasy. I can say pure solid gold flowing through my spine, which was cool. Pure solid gold being poured into my spine, it was cool. I don't know how long I was there in that same state. Then slowly when I was able to walk and come down, just near that Kuppamal's house is there. I went and told her. She was doing something, she heard and said, I asked whether I am caught by some ghost. She said, no, you are caught by God. Go, don't worry. You are not possessed by ghost. You are already a ghost. Which ghost will possess you? If you don't go and catch some other ghost, that is good for the ghosts. Go. You are only caught by God. She only said that I should not eat any food outside because my nervous system need to settle down. She will cook and give every day. She will cook that bitter neem leaf. She will boil and grind that in that stone, and she will give one this much to be put in the mouth. It actually did a real good thing. Yeah. Otherwise, in that energy, the stomach will get burned. So fortunately, she was there around me to take care. I did not have any of that problems. This neem and all makes the whole thing cool, and it takes care that unnecessary things does not get developed in your system. So she was taking care of me, and she will grind some of these herbs with whatever is required and all, and put it on even on my stomach and make me eat. And she was taking care of that physical aspects. I came down and saw her. She said, you are caught only by God, don't worry. Don't eat here and there. Come back here to eat. Then I told, I'll go to the temple. She said, go. I went to the temple and I could see very clearly, even in the temple, all 360 degree I was able to see. I was walking, but I could see all 360 degree. That is where I caught my friend, classmate, and took him to the one corner and told him, see, I am able to see all 360 degree. On that rock in Pavlakundru, if you go and sit, you will also have the same power. I went and asked Kuppamal, she said, it's not a ghost, you go. It was very in the night, almost maybe 8 o'clock, because around 4:35 I had that experience, I would have had that experience. And I don't know how long I was lying there. I was just sitting there. And it must have been at least 7 or 8. I am telling him, go now itself. He says, no, now it is late. I'll go tomorrow morning. I said, no, go now. Tomorrow morning you don't know whether that ghost would have gone. And I don't know whether that power would have gone out. Go now. He said, no. Then he said, you are talking foolish things. How can you see all 360? I told him, if you want, check. First, I remember, he showed fingers behind my head. I told properly. Then he did not believe. Again, he picked up a coin and showed the head or tail. I told that also properly. Then he said, maybe you are telling in fluke. Then I told very clearly the trees behind my head without turning the head, and the ants going up in the tree, and people walking, everything. Then he got frightened. I just caught his hand. First time I felt the pressure of giving that same experience to the other person. Understand? With the Kuppamal, I never felt I should give that experience. It was the energy darshan happened automatically. This I can say, I thought he should also have that. He should also have that experience. It was such a joy, like a intense joy and bliss. I don't know what that guy felt. When I held his hand, just like I expanded, he also started expanding. He got frightened and he wanted to escape. I tried to hold him.
telling him, hey, sit, listen the whole thing, go and sit in that place. Anyhow, he ran away, escaped. Then slowly I went to the temple and spent little time there. It took full 2.5 days for me to settle down with this 120-degree vision again.
Let's go to the Shakshi Pramana. Shakshi Pramanas are the devotee's disciple initiated by Bhagwan manifesting the powers. Let's see the demo of the power of seeing the gesture through blindfold.
For our volunteers who are serving Columbia Lighthouse for the blind. It sets forth for your rights what you can expect from us and what is expected of you as a volunteer of Columbia Lighthouse.
You see, the thing is, I have to tell you this.
Also refer to the hand.
There is in all of us that ability.
Shakshi Pramana, you saw the demo of the child, adolescents, reading the paper thoroughly. Now with that, let's go to the instruction and Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific study, instruction to understand how to manifest the power of third eye, seeing the gestures through blindfold.
We will now begin the Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific studies on the avatar. It is important to realize that Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam is the only avatar who has agreed to be scientifically evaluated, both in terms of his own body as well as the changes he brings about in other beings. However, it is astonishing to know that his avataric attributes and powers are exactly as defined by the 5,000-year-old Hindu yogic sciences. After extensive observation and study, now it is being tested and proven by modern science also. So now, let us take a look at how the scientific studies present the measuring of effect of being in the enlightenment state through the very imaging brain activity of Bhagwan himself, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, whom we lovingly address as Swamiji. Swamiji himself has been subject to scientific studies since year 2004, and over the past decade, enormous amount of data about not only his altered states of neurophysiology, but that of his disciples as well has continued to be recorded. This impressive array of data will be presented systematically now as the Pratyaksha Pramana. Imaging brain activity. The result of Swamiji's PET scan test was stunning. The dominant hemisphere of Swamiji's brain was more than 90% shut down. It was as if Swami's brain had packed up and gone on vacation. It was quiet and still, completely at peace, and Swami had made it so at will. The region, which is starting point of the Anya Chakra or third eye, lower portion of its mesial frontal area, lighted up in a very significant way. When we later asked Swami what he was doing when the mesial frontal lobes lighted up, he said he was opening his third eye. Source taken from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 1 and Introduction, page 47. The third eye is considered to be, by many, seat of the soul. Were we seeing an indication that deep meditation can open an area of the brain responsible for communicating with the divine? Looking deep into the mysteries of self or creation, the PET scan revealed what Dr. Murali calls the brain's D spot, standing for delight, the divine, or even dopamine, the chemical through which our bodies experience pleasure. Initial indications are that meditation can stimulate it.
Dr. R. Murali Krishna, President COO, Integris Mental Health, James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Oklahoma in US, and his team invited Nithyananda to derive scientific evidences for meditation and the state of his enlightenment.
Usually the brain is so active, there are 100 billion brain cells there. But what meditation does is something very interesting. It shows the frontal lobes getting more active. The frontal lobe is where you have judgment, wisdom, reasoning. Here are some of the brain scans I'm going to share with you. This is alert, non-meditative state. The second one is 30 minutes into 30 minutes meditation. Look at the frontal lobes, how they light up. They light it up big time. 60 minutes of deep meditation, and here is a deep, deep level of meditation where it lights up significantly right here, right in the middle, probably 1.5 to 2 inches deeper.
From time immemorial, it is believed that great masters are always in the state of bliss or causeless happiness. They are unconditionally happy. With modern sophisticated equipments, we are able to detect this truth. The dopamine secretion is always abundant in the case of Paramahamsa Nithyananda.
The D really stands for divine spark. The D also stands for delight and the dopamine spark. What's also interesting is that he could at will go in and out of the stage. So we asked Swamiji when he came from the scanning room, when we saw this one, we asked Swamiji, what were you exactly doing when so and so thing happened? He didn't know what was there. He did not see the pictures yet. He said, really interestingly, there were 3 people there, he said, I opened my third eye. And that's stunning because I learned about third eye as a child, but didn't read about it for a long time, what it is today. But what he said was, I asked him to describe more in detail what does he mean by third eye. And he said, it's a deep meditative state. It's probably very, very deep state. But he said, it looks like a small petal on one side going and joining. Another side, another petal comes and join together, and then it becomes the third eye, like a blissful state that you experience when you open the third eye. So that's really a very, very interesting and fascinating finding, and we're going to talk about it for a long time.
The title of this paper does not mean that it is possible to close one's eyes and read a newspaper, but it means that a sentence can be read with the eyes closed when that sentence is properly presented to the eyes. It also means that a picture can be seen with closed eyes when a properly prepared picture is presented to the eyes. This is accomplished by making use of the X-rays to stimulate the retina. Everyone can have this retina stimulated by X-rays and see the light. Over 100 observers have been tested and everyone has been able to read letters with closed eyes. The method is extremely simple. The first essential is that the observer must remain in total darkness for 10 minutes. By the time he's able to see light when X-rays strike his retina, he may not be able after 10 minutes to see letters, but he will after 15 minutes in the dark. After 20 minutes, he can see and read the letters and see pictures. Source from Reading with Eye Closed, National Center for Biotechnology Information.
Setting up for the power of third eye, showing the gesture and copying the gesture, camera and timestamp, Nithyananda, third eye band, which is very clean that there is no light which enters, or have some cotton. If you don't have an eye band, some cotton first to place and then place the eye band, pencil and paper. We'll first set up the camera. Take few moments to set up your camera, download the timestamp app, click on the video, ensure that the time is shown on the screen vividly and clearly. Make sure the camera is facing you and it is in wide angle view. The eye band is clearly seen, the gestures of the partner is seen, and your gestures, hand gestures are seen. It's a very well lit and a quiet place. These are very special moments. Do not forget to record these Shakti Avishkarna. Guidelines to manifest the powers. Turn on the video recording. Apply the Nithyananda on your third eye. If you have, bring your awareness to your third eye. Wear the eye band in such a way no light enters to your eye. Have a partner show hand gestures. Show the gestures back to your partner what is manifested through your third eye. If matches exactly you have mentioned, you have manifested, beautiful. If you are only feeling the Kundalini energy, got some part of it correct, you have started manifesting, please celebrate it and share with the world so that you will start manifesting in more depth, from more depth, manifesting exactly. Verify the video which is recorded authentically, it has happened. Share your videos with others with powerful cognition. Listen to others' experiences of this power manifestation for entanglement.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck and back in a straight line so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana and Manipuraha, where navel centered, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva, sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada, makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes this external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched, by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama,
Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye, again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers
in all our third eye. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Verification process for the gesture, hand gesture, copying hand gesture through the third eye. Verify no video editing is done on Shakti Avishkarna Power Manifestation videos. Verify the video is not stopped or started during the process. All video have to be verified with the timestamp and a wide angle. No peeking through the holes around the eye band. If not fine, please fix such a way no light enters the eyes. No clues should be given or hints while manifesting this power. The gesture should be done after the eye band is placed. If the professional sleep eye bands are used, that would be more wonderful. If you don't have, at least place some cotton before you tie your eyes. And authentically, the gesture should be replicated by you as shown by the partner. Do not interpret any of the results. And thank you so much for manifesting the power of third eye.
Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar manifesting power groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Parameshivam Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham